Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Story World Survival series. Here we are in our forever world where we're doing lots of fun stuff and we're getting up to lots of cool stuff, lots of cool builds. Behind me here, you can see the Hermit's Tower that we started a little last episode. It's really coming along with the oxidization and everything. There's definitely some bits missing, like we haven't gotten the supports in here because we ran out of copper, and there's just some odd bits about it. We ended up only getting this done in the last episode, like this portion of it done, especially because about like most of the way through it I realized that this build needs a structure coming off of it. I'm kind of leaning towards building one this way and having something kind of coming off of it, like a house or something, somewhere for our hermit to live, and then the tower's just kind of like part of like the spooky kind of aesthetic to it. So yeah, that's what we got up until last episode. I know in this episode I said I was going to finish this tower, and that is definitely still something that I want to get done soon, but I kind of had an idea for another build to do in this episode that would be kind of fun and sort of thematic in terms of, you know, the time of year and, you know, everything sort of with you know what we're doing right now. So I think that's kind of what I'm going to do. We're going to pause on this project altogether, especially because, as you can see, I have mined up a ton more copper and it is all just sitting and waiting to oxidize, which is super great, but I would rather wait until it's fully oxidized or mostly oxidized before I get too crazy with getting farther on the build. I actually have way more copper than that too. I'm just kind of bottlenecked right now because of my lava farm and it not producing enough lava for me to quickly smelt down the copper, like the volume of copper that I got. So I'll go over here quickly and show you guys what I'm talking about in terms of how much copper we have, how much materials we've got to work with. It's quite a bit. So I think we're in a good shape to continue that build when the time is right. So let me see. Yeah, so no more lava. I just reset this too. Like I just threw in, well, I didn't just, but I did it like a little bit ago. I've been trying to kind of bang away at this off screen. So this is how much copper we've mined, or that I mined kind of in between episodes. I really don't like doing that. I'm not keen on doing things in this world where I'm not recording, so you guys can't get, you know, sight lines to them, but that's sort of what I've been working on. There's another thing that I worked on while I was kind of waiting in between smelting sessions and mining sessions, and this is we're gonna test live here on camera if it's working or not. I decided to invest a little bit of time into trying to restart the iron farm, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if it's not working when we get over there, I'm probably just gonna give up on it altogether, and it's just gonna become a nice aesthetic build, and maybe we'll try another one somewhere else. But it was a whole process too. I led a bunch of villagers over, I restarted it. It ran for a little bit, or it didn't even run. I like went to go get out of the villager encampment area, and I ended up accidentally letting the villagers out. One of them ran into the lava, the other one ran into the zombie. It was a whole thing. So I had to lead another 2 villagers over, ended up getting it started again. And so now here is the moment of truth. There's definitely going to be some iron in here because it ran a little bit while I was over here for a second. Yeah, 35 iron. I mean, what are we looking at? The villager's still good. The iron farm is, the iron golems are going. I don't think the zombie can get at the villagers either. I think that's what killed them last time. Something about where I had it placed made it so that way the zombie could get at them, and I don't think he can now for some reason. I don't know. I really don't understand the mechanics of this thing at all, and I'm just biding my time until something happens and it breaks again. But for the time being, it seems to be running, which is really cool, and I'm really happy with that. Hopefully, if I just don't touch it, it won't break again. So we're just gonna leave that be, let it crank out some iron for us. Not that we really need iron, but one thing that would be helpful to have an infinite supply of iron on is trades to get more ender pearls, so that way we can be more prepared for the dragon battle. So yeah, we got the iron farm, we kickstarted that, that's running again, which is awesome. And yeah, everything is looking pretty good in the valley as of right now. So the first thing that I wanted to get up to today in this episode was I wanted to look at my levels. I can't zoom in on them, but can you see 43 levels? I don't even know when I got that many levels. I don't know what I did. I mean, I remember spending a lot of time over at the zombie spawner for a bit and like and getting rotten flesh, and that definitely I think put me over 30, but I do not remember getting the additional 13 levels. That is quite a few. And one thing that we need to update is our helmet and our chest plate both don't have protection on them. They have fire protection, which was great when I was in the nether, and I'm definitely going to hang on to them for when we go back to the nether, but I think it's time we get better equipped. So, and I have a bunch of diamonds. I have 44 diamonds. So why don't we make a new helmet and a new chest piece? And we can throw these diamonds back down. And then let's just go spend some time enchanting, right? Because I mean, we're definitely gonna get something, but we can always like re-roll and re-roll because we have 13 levels to spend, so we've got quite a few to kind of play with. So let's see. I definitely should have some lapis here. What were these two books again? Oh, neither of those are any good. All right, so let's start with the chest piece. Fire protection again. All right, no. Let's try with the helmet. All right, that's protection 4. I'm going to take that. That's good stuff right there. And will that re-roll the chest plate? Unbreaking 3. Okay. Okay. And blast protection. Okay, so does blast protection cancel out regular protection? I don't trust that. I'm going to grind that off. This guy. And we're going to try that again and see what we get this time. Again with the fire protection. I'm just going to do this so that way I don't lose as many levels, and then grind that off and see if I can roll that again. Oh, I don't need to put lapis in there for that. Okay, one more time. Let's see it. Let's see it. Protection 3. Okay. Okay. And I'm breaking 3. There we go. That's a good roll. That's a good roll. Cool. All right. So we got those things sorted out. Ooh, it's starting to get a little late. I do not have a bed on me. I need to get to a bed ASAP. So now we can do a little bit more we need to do a little bit of villager trading to get the mending that we need for this. And I don't think, oh, I don't have a bed in here. Where did my bed go? I know I had it somewhere. Oh, I think I left it over by the tower. But we need to do a little bit of trading to at least get mending on both of these. And then ideally I'd love unbreaking on the helmet as well. And then, yeah, I think that's everything that I can get. I mean, the helmet can get like aqua affinity or something. It can have a little bit more pomp and circumstance to it, but the chest plate I think can just get mending on it, right? I don't know. Definitely let me know in the comments what else I can get on that, but let me check to see where we're at with emeralds. Emeralds. What's our trading situation look like? We have 4 emeralds. Okay. And I think we need 12 for a mending book, if I'm not wrong. I think you're a mending guy? Yeah. Let me just check. Okay, so we have Silk Touch, Fortune. Wait, that can't be right. He can't be Fortune too. I thought my Fortune guy was somewhere else. Infinity, Looting, Feather Falling, and Flame. Okay. So I guess he is. This guy is my Fortune guy. I don't remember settling for Fortune 2, but I don't know. Okay. Well, can't you get Fortune 3, right? Isn't that what I have on this? Yeah. Weird. Okay. Well, all right. So maybe we should do a little bit of tree harvesting. One thing that I was thinking that I haven't done that I really should do is I don't have a farmer villager. I don't have a farmer villager, which I really need because I can harvest so much more crops and sell those and make money off of that. And so I don't know why I don't have a farmer villager. Really quickly though, let's see. Stone stuff. Do I not have any? I don't think I have any smooth stone handy. What does it take to make an armor stand? Oh, I don't even have the recipe. Probably because I've never made that stuff. Okay. Let me throw these down in here and we'll worry about an armor stand later. That'll be something where we're like making stuff look pretty. So cool. Oh, you know what I need though? I need a composter. Perfect. One right there. And then we can make a farmer villager, and that should help bump up our trading, you know, economy thing, because right now pretty much the only thing we have for trading is sticks and rotten flesh, which the sticks are kind of labor intensive and the rotten flesh, it takes a long time. I say we just like toss it right here. Who wants to be a farmer? Come on. It's an awesome job. Yes, you do, buddy. Yes, you do. Beets. Oh, and wheat. Okay. I was like, of course, the one crop I don't grow a lot of, beets. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of farming and get some hay and or some wheat and some beets, and then we'll do a little trading. All right, so we got enough emeralds to get our 2 mending books, which was awesome. It was just by like 2 too, so we really just nailed that. Definitely a farmer villager is a good investment. I might have to make another one just so that way I can sort of double down on that. So let's take these guys off and let's add mending to them. This guy, he's protection 4. I mean, I know I already have the sturdy pants, but I think a sturdy helmet. Is that how you spell sturdy? Yeah, I think so. Helmet. Or maybe sturdy hat. I like that. I like that even more for some reason. Sturdy hat. And this guy, this is extra sturdy. Extra, no. Extra sturdy. Chest. Wait, will it let me? Oh yeah, it will let me go that far. Extra sturdy chest plate. I love it. I love it. Let's do it. Oh wait, did I not? Whoops. There goes a level. All right, now we I guess it would have been the same regardless, right? Because it just would have added one. I don't know. But hey, look, we spent all those levels. We're now below 30 again. So that was well worth it too, to have protection on breaking on that and protection 4 on that. We are cruising. We are not going to take really too much damage anymore, which really sets us up in a good spot for the dragon battle. So that's a good bit of prep. I did spend a little bit of time. I got like 2 more ender pearls, which is great. I wonder if it might be worth like harvesting that entire wheat field over here and, you know, trading that in for some emeralds, and maybe kind of doing a little bit of back and forth with the toolsmiths to eventually get an iron trade, so that way we can start trading iron. That might be worth it too. So I'm not going to get too caught up on doing that right now, though. I don't really want to go too crazy on, you know, the villager trading in this episode. As good as it sets you up for success, you know, I've spent a lot of the beginnings of episodes doing that, and I think we're probably in a good place. I mean, just getting those 2 enchantments on, you know, 2 pieces, having protection, at least protection 3 on all of my armor is huge. And really the helmet can only go so much farther, so, you know, I'm not gonna go too crazy with it. So awesome. Let's just do a little bit more smelting here and set this up. There we go. Throw our bucket down and craft up a few more copper blocks. No, I was putting the spare. Oh, wait, we can make 1 more. Beautiful. And let's throw these guys out to oxidize. I'm probably way overdoing it with the copper, although I said that last time and I ended up running out. So I think it's better to way overdo it. Worst comes to worst, we just have like a bunch of extra copper that we can do whatever we want with down the road. I am starting to really like it as a building block, so I'm not afraid to get a little bit to invest a little heavier in my supply of it. Don't like how close that one is. There we go. Yeah, we're definitely cleaning up on the copper. I mean, we've got quite a bit. Not a lot of it's oxidized very much, but look at that roof too. It's finally starting to go. That's really exciting, because that's the color I was hoping it would eventually be, to contrast with the yellow. And now that it's starting to get there, I'm starting to actually see this vision like 5 episodes later come to life, which is really awesome. So cool stuff. All right, so that's all set up, I think. And I know I know I've done a lot of prepping for this, but I think it would behoove us to do a little bit more prep for the castle project. I want to go over here and double check our supplies that we have set up for it. I think we've got like a chest and a half of smooth stone, which I would love to just round that off and do a full 2 chests of smooth stone, so that way we're all set up on that. So let me get up here. I also think I might want some smooth stone for a build today. So we might want to, it's either going to be smooth stone or quartz. And I mean, quartz would actually be kind of cool. So maybe I'll lean towards the quartz. But yeah, we've got a chest and a half of smooth stone. So why don't I spend a little bit of time, just like 1 round of it, doing some silk touch mining and mine up like another half chest of smooth stone, just so that way we can be done with our stone gathering for this. You know, in the next round we'll probably start gathering up some wood, but once we're all set with the stone, we're good to go. So I'm gonna just grab my silk touch pickaxe and we will be all set. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good week and everything's going well for everyone. I hope school's going well. I hope work's going well. I hope the family's good. I hope the friends are good. I hope you did something nice for yourself recently. Maybe you went out and got like a nice dinner out, or maybe you splurged and bought something that you've been looking at for a while. I don't know what it is, but I hope you're all treating yourself really well. I super appreciate all the love and support that I've gotten on this channel from you all. You guys have been so fantastic, and I love this community that we're building. It's just awesome, especially to know that there's other people out there that enjoy like chill Minecraft stuff, you know, and not having to really stress out about like, you know, epic battles or bosses or stuff. And granted, we are preparing for the final boss battle, so there is that, but but I think that I think we're doing it at a really nice pace. It's not like we're frantically doing it. It's kind of like, all right, so we're just gonna spend a little bit more time doing this today, and then in the next episode we'll just kind of keep plugging away at it. And I do think we're nearing in on the finale or the final boss battle. I mean, the only other things that I think I really want for that particular venture are, I would love a good supply of like golden apples and golden carrots for healing during the battle. I would also love some slow fall potions, which is going to mean that we have to stay up through a couple nights to get some phantoms to spawn, which will be kind of exciting because I never do that. So that'll be fun to kind of battle my way through a couple nights. And then I just want to get just a few more enchantments on the armor, you know, because I mean, we've got this is good. The diving fins are set. I think the sturdy pants are as far as they can go. I mean, I think I can bring it to protection 4. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I could bring it to protection 4, and that would probably be worth it to just bump that all up to protection 4. But I also think I'm way over preparing. Like, definitely let me know in the comments if you think I'm over preparing, because the likelihood of me over preparing is quite high. You know, I know I've definitely seen people do the final boss battle with like half diamond armor and you know, a unenchanted bow and like some steak, and they crush it, and they're doing it in like hardcore or something, and I'm in easy and I'm already so over prepared, it's comical. And so I think really the only two things I want to get done are some golden apples, some golden carrots, and some slow fall potions. I think that would be worth it. So, but I'm gonna mine up a whole bunch of stone. Probably shouldn't take too long, and we'll get set up with the last little bit of stone for the castle project. I mean, we may be looking at like in the next 2 or 3 episodes doing the dragon battle. It could be maybe not next episode, but the episode after. I could see myself giving it a go, especially if we can get those slow fall potions. I really think we could be looking pretty good for it. So, but all right, I'm gonna grab this stone, and I will be right back. All right, so we picked up a whole bunch of stone. Also managed to grab a little bit more copper and some coal. Always 2 good things to have. I'm never going to pass up on coal. I don't think, unless I have like 3 double chests filled with coal, I don't think I'll ever pass up on coal. It's funny how you don't really think about it until you need it. It's just like dirt, you know, like when you want dirt, when you need dirt, all of a sudden you don't have enough, you know? And I think that's the same way with coal. And granted, I'm not using coal as a smelting fuel source anymore, which like maybe I should invest some in just to really jumpstart the copper production that I'm trying to have right now, but I think for right now I'm just gonna keep reserving it, and hopefully I can like fill up a chest with it and we'll just have a ton of coal and we won't need to worry about it for a while. But I'm never gonna pass up on coal. I'm obviously not gonna pass up on copper right now, because both of those things, copper especially, is incredibly vital to the build, the longer term build we're working on. Oh boy, let's get up here. My goodness, this is a whole process. But yeah, I think we should have enough stone, maybe not to completely, not to completely fill this chest, but that's good. Like, that's a great start. That's essentially 2 double chests basically full of stone, and then we can use the rest of these. Like, one of these I think is just going to be all spruce, another one maybe all oak, and then maybe parts of some of these chests are going to be, you know, stone variants. Like, I'm probably going to use a lot of andesite, so like a lot of andesite and whatnot I think would be good. And deep slate, that's probably the other thing we're going to need a lot of, because I'm probably going to be using a lot of deep slate for roofs. So all right, so we've got our prepping taken care of. That didn't even actually take that long, which I'm surprised by, you know, just because the last couple episodes I feel like I've been really committed to just banging out that stuff, and I feel like it usually takes me while I'm recording it an hour or two to get like the trading and the enchanting and all this stuff done. But now that I feel like, I mean, I'm looking at my timer here and I'm just at like 50 minutes, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Copper stuff, we'll just throw this down in here, and a little bit more dirt, never a bad thing to have. Starting to finally refill my dirt supply after trying to fill in that valley too. That took a big chunk. We're also gonna have to repair the silk touch pickaxe before we use it again, but I think that's I think we're good. Oh, there is a protection 3. Wait, I can bump up the I can do that right now. Here, which one is it? It's that's protection 3, protection 3, protection 3. I could bump up any of these. I'm gonna go with the chest plate, just to like really cement home how sturdy this bad boy is. Yeah, protection 4. Cool. Well worth it. Well worth it. All right. We're all set on all that stuff. So now we can kind of start thinking about our build for today's episode. So what I had in mind is something kind of on theme for the current time of year right now. It's June, and June is Pride Month. And as a proud gay man, I would like to build something in my world that kind of reflects, you know, how much the pride I have for who I am, and, you know, kind of gets the point across. And I'm thinking something with a lot of color. I'm thinking something kind of lavish. You know, it doesn't have to be huge, but it definitely has to, you know, get the point across. What I was thinking about was probably something not, I was going to say more like spiritual than religious, because I've done like a temple before that was like a rainbow temple, and I really loved that build, and it was something that I really enjoyed. And so I'm thinking of like some kind of temple or like sacred space that's basically just all rainbows. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That's basically what I have in mind, is rainbows and something sort of sacred. So we've there's a couple different things that we need to do in order to do this build. 1, we need to scope out a spot. 2, we need to decide on a palette. And 3, we need to gather the materials for that palette. So let me take a look at what we've got going on for colors. So we've got red dye, we've got cyan dye. I'm going to try to simplify it too. I'm not going to go like, I'd rather just use, do I have lapis like kicking around? No. I've got a little bit of lapis. Okay, so that's red, blue. We're going to need some yellow. Turn all those into yellow. We've got, okay, so red, blue, red, yellow, blue. We're gonna need orange. I'm just gonna like quickly make all the color of dyes that I want now, so that way I know. So red, orange, yellow. I'm inclined. I think I smelted some up the other day. Didn't I? I could have sworn. Oh wait, did I just pass it? No. I could have sworn I smelted up some green dye the other day. I may have used it. So I also am inclined to use lime dye for the green because it's a little bit more vibrant. It's not like this dark kind of hunter's green the way like cactus green is. I'm just going to turn some of this into blue dye just so that way we have it. Blue, red, orange, yellow, green, blue. And then it's just purple. Which really, I mean, we could use the magenta. What does this break down to? Purple. Oh, we can make purple. Yeah, but magenta's like kind of cooler. Kind of into magenta. That or that. I guess we could use the magenta anyways. Red, orange, green, blue, purple, magenta. Yeah. The only issue with using the magenta is I don't know if I can get like a reliable source of it. Because I think the only thing I've got that gives me... What does lilac give you? A lilac gives you magenta too, and it gives you a little bit more, and you can bone meal lilacs. Okay, cool. No. So we're good on magenta. Purple's going to be a little bit of a struggle because we're going to have to sort of divide our red and blue dye to create it. Let's, decorative stuff, building stuff. What's in building stuff? Nothing's in building stuff right now. Okay, so let's toss all these down. And let's throw the lapis down, and I'm gonna grab out, wait, I want that. I'm gonna grab out the lilacs. I'm gonna throw those down because I like those, and I don't wanna lose those. I'm gonna put those there, throw that down. Okay, so we've got our colors all set up. Now, what I was thinking about is a nice contrast to something that's really colorful, I think, is quartz, because it's like white and it's sort of it's bright, it's smooth and sort of elegant, and you know, paired with all the different colors, I think it would be a nice sort of base to it. And then I know if you've come over for my TikTok series, you probably know what I'm about to go with. But I was also thinking if we do stripped spruce with it, like stripped spruce and quartz that is a wonderful combination. I think those look so good. And so I think that's sort of where we're at. I'm not going to lie. If you've come over from my TikTok series, you're gonna see a lot of similarities in what I'm thinking about doing today with the TikTok series in terms of at least palette. Maybe not the actual look of the build, but definitely in terms of palette. So we are surprisingly low on spruce wood. I did not think that we had so much for a long time. It's because I've been using it to trade for sticks. So all right, so our shopping list right now is a lot more dyes. We need probably a lot more lapis and a lot more red dye, which I could have sworn I had rose bushes. Do I not have rose bushes? I don't have rose bushes. Where does one find a rose bush? Maybe today we need to do a little adventure, because I'd love to have some double high tree or double high flower that I could bone meal and get just like sort of infinite dye from. So maybe one of the things we hunt for is rose bushes, and then we also need some more lapis for sure. I mean, again, I'm probably wildly over preparing, but at least with the blue and the red, I've got to kind of double up, because that's how I'm gonna make the purple. So that's sort of where I'm at with like getting a lot of that stuff. All the others, you know, like, and the yellow I can get from sunflowers, which I have, which I can bone meal. And the green, you know, I have like a pretty much infinite supply of cactus now, and so I can just get as much green and then combine that with white and get the light green. So I think we're good on that. So all right, so that puts us at, we need rose bushes, we need quartz, and we need spruce. Those are the three things that we need, and that is not that bad of a shopping list. Quartz is probably going to be the most challenging, because that's going to require going to the nether, and I'm never a fan of that. But now that we have this fortune pick, I don't know if fortune works on quartz. Maybe it does, and that would be awesome, just so that way we can really clean up and just not have to spend a lot of time. I know, at least in like the immediate area of my nether spawn, I've cleared out a lot of the quartz. Let's see, where is this at? I just want to see. Ooh, this is looking good, and I got a whole bunch of poppies. Are we still good in here? You guys are still chilling. Okay, well, they're doing something. Again, I'm not going to touch it. I shouldn't even be coming over here and looking at it. I just wanted to see how many poppies we'd gotten, just in case I could use that for red dye, and I can, so that's great. So cool. All right, so I think I might as well just knock it out. I know I don't want to, and I dread doing it every time, but I think let's just go to the nether, gather the quartz, just get it over with, and then we don't have to worry about doing that after we harvest a bunch of wood. After we do the nether, we can have like a nice chill time doing, you know, some wood cutting. So let's throw down these poppies. That might be enough red too. I don't know. We'll see. But oh, and let me grab a gold piece of something. And I think that's everything I need to go to the nether, and we can just collect a whole bunch of quartz and sort of be done with it. I think I'm putting off picking a spot because I'm so bad at picking spots, and I feel like I'm running out of room. I really need to be comfortable with expanding a little farther than the valley. I really do think it might be worth getting up here in this area, like where the nether portal is, and kind of around this hilltop, because there's a lot of space up here. Clearing out all these woods would give me a lot of wood to work with, and it would give me a lot of space, and we could build up a lot of infrastructure, and it wouldn't feel like it was that far away from the valley. You know, you would just have to go up. I think, like I've said before, I'd create some kind of winding staircase thing that would come up to here, and then you would just have access to this, and we could do some really cool stuff with this ravine. So I'm sort of into the idea of using that this hilltop. So all right, I got my gold on. Okay, I think, oh, I probably, I'll be fine. I probably should bring a bow, but I'm not running all the way back for it. We'll be fine. Watch me get shot by a gas, like, immediately. Ooh, a little bit of quartz right up there. Oh, I also should pick up any gold I find. What was that? Why are you shooting at me? Where are you going? Oh my god, I'm stuck in this hole. Are you done? Have you had your fill of shooting at me? That was fun. You gonna get angry at me again? Okay. I think it was because I just picked up that gold. I don't think they care if you mine quartz. I'm pretty sure it's just gold. And that's probably why that gold was sitting there, because I think there's usually a bunch of piglins just kind of hanging out over here anyways. So I probably didn't want to piss them off. Only have 59 quartz from that? Am I using the right pick? Yeah. I guess maybe fortune doesn't work on quartz. I gotta look up what fortune works on. Why is there just a single piece of basalt sitting here? It's weird. So one thing I've been doing is, I read it a while ago. I read the Max Brooks Minecraft book, the one about the island. And it's definitely geared towards a younger audience. It's not like a adult book, you know? I mean, I did find it in literally the kids section of Barnes and Noble, so that should be pretty telling as to the audience that they're sort of gearing it towards. But I read that all the way through, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun, and you know, oh, okay. I think one of them just died in the lava. I read the first one though, and I really enjoyed it, and so I ended up going out and getting the other. Oh, I think he's gonna die too. I think they were trying to get to me, but I don't really care. I went out and I got the other two that Max Brooks wrote, which was the mountain and something else. I can't remember what the name of the other one is, but I'm currently reading the mountain, and they are actually really fun reads. If you're a big Minecraft fan, and if you're watching my channel, you probably are, because I just play Minecraft constantly. If you're a big Minecraft fan, you will probably really enjoy these books. They are kind of witty and really fun, and they're very true to the game too. There's very little in it that I'm like, oh, that doesn't happen in the game, you know? And I'm all for like creative, you know, reimaginings of how, you know, Minecraft can work, especially when you're trying to make it more of a narrative, because like obviously the game, I mean, it's flawless, it's perfect. There's no things to change, no notes. I'm just kidding. Everybody wants to change Minecraft, but the book does a really good job of staying true to like especially little odd things that you're like, oh yeah, that is how that works in Minecraft. And it definitely makes you chuckle a lot, because there's a lot of things that they do in the book, or that they can't do in the book, that you're like, oh yeah, there's no way to do that in Minecraft. And so, and it's not like even like building or combat stuff. It's just like really normal, mundane stuff that you're like, oh yeah, that's like not a thing in Minecraft. Like if I lived in the Minecraft world, I wouldn't be able to do that. So I highly recommend giving them a read and checking them out. They're a lot of fun, and it's a good time. So All right, how much quartz do I have? Not enough. Definitely not enough. I can use a decent bit more, for sure. Ooh, this is a little sketchy, this one. I'm not a fan of the sounds that I'm hearing right now. I'm hearing a lot of gas sounds, like probably more than one gas worth, and I'm not into it. It is not a vibe. We're looking pretty good on our quartz collection effort. I want to just, I might as well just push and fill up my inventory entirely. This has gotten us a whole heck of a lot of levels, that's for sure. We're almost back up to 40. I don't even know what to enchant with this many levels. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, he's that way. That's the way I gotta go. Oh. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, I'm definitely gonna pick up that gas tier. 2. Looting. How about that? Okay. Whew, that was a little scary. Wow, look at all those zombie pigmen. Holy crud. That's a lot of them. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're pretty much topped off on everything. We could toss one more stack of netherrack and pick up a little bit more quartz, but I'm feeling good, you know. I'm not planning on this being an enormous build, so I think we'll probably get by, and if not, we can always come back. Oh God, it's night. We really need to build something that would also be worth building is a little cabin up there by the nether portal where we can keep a bed. So that way, if we come back at night, we don't have to have like a panicked run to somewhere safe to sleep. All right, let's convert all this quartz down to block form. Oops, I just made a bunch of quartz bricks, didn't I? No, wait. Quartz? Oh, I made some quartz pillars. Crap. Okay. Block of quartz. All right, well, we've got some quartz pillars. I really wasn't planning on using those, but okay. And 50 gold. How about it? That's pretty awesome. You can make a magna block out of magma cream. That's super cool. I could have sworn, probably in the nether stuff. Oh, I didn't have magma cream before? I could have sworn I had some magma cream. I'm gonna put it in here, 'cause that seems rather magical. Same with the gas thing, gas tiers. I've got another gas tier there too. And the glowstone can go down. We'll put the gold down. We've got a nice little supply of gold. I think we're definitely on our way to having a good bit for the for the battle, the final battle. And we'll put down that, and we'll take off these. Oops, not my pants. Don't want to take off my pants. There we go. And we'll put that in here. And all right, so that takes care of our quartz needs. Let's just keep this nice and organized. I think there's a world where we can make some quartz pillars like work somewhere in the build. I wish I hadn't wasted a bunch on making quartz pillars, but I guess I do have 3.5 stacks of just regular quartz. Like, that should be a good start. I think we're good there. So now let's get some wood stuffs and just run over to the tree farm and take down a couple of regular trees. I thought I saw something standing there and it kind of freaked me out. Where did you come from? What are you doing here? How'd you get out of the... I'm not even... Whatever. This stuff does seem like it's oxidizing pretty quick, but it's also probably because I'm not watching it like a hawk like I was the other episode. And hopefully by the time we're done with this build, most of that's like fully oxidized and we can just move on with our life. We don't need to worry about more oxidizing. All right, so let's get some trees, right? Like let's chop down some trees. All right, so we picked up a whole bunch of spruce wood, which is awesome. Definitely not going to use this much in this build, but just to re-up our supply a little bit, and maybe we can bank a little bit of this for the castle project. I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to play it, you know. I just wanted a bunch, and I had the time, so I just cranked out, you know, a few trees and it was more than enough. So we're good. Looking good over here, Copper. You guys just keep doing your thing and oxidizing. All right, so we can put down our spruce wood now. Probably... That's definitely more than enough. I'm gonna bank the rest of this. This stick. Okay, so we've got our quartz. We've got our spruce. The other thing that sort of came to mind as I was doing that is, let me look at something really quick. How does quartz and diorite? That doesn't look as good as I was hoping it would. I was hoping I could use like polished diorite as like a texturing block, but I think quartz, the only block that I found that works well in terms of texturing with quartz is calcite. And I cannot remember anywhere that I've seen a geode. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. Maybe what I'll do is I will end up converting some of these to bricks, like quartz bricks, and then doing some quartz bricks sprinkled in. So, okay. All right. So now we just need to, well, we still need to sort out the dye issue. Let me go over to the iron farm again. It probably hasn't run much because we were either in the nether or way over at the tree farm, so it hasn't been in render distance. but if it's run at all, hopefully it has, we'll have a few more poppies, which we can use for red dye. And then we might need to go do a little bit of cave diving to hunt down some more lapis, which, you know, would be good for, you know, getting more blue dye. So let's see. All right, we have a little bit more iron, but no more poppies. These guys are still good, right? Interesting. Not seeing any iron golems. They're all scared. They keep doing these weird things where they like unassign from the beds for some reason, and that turns it off. I don't know. Again, not gonna touch it. I've already wasted far more than I should on this episode of thinking about that iron farm, so we're just gonna move on. Maybe I'll grab, you know what I should do? I should grab some more cactus. Get that cooking up so we have a little bit more green dye. That'll set us for green dye. Yellow, yeah, so we definitely need a little bit more lapis, I think. I mean, maybe we don't. I don't want to shell out like all of my lapis on this though. That's the other thing, because I do want to save some for enchanting, and I think we're getting a little low over the enchanting house. So where is a good cave? Where have I found good caves for lapis? I mean, we could go into this cave and try to get a little deeper down into it. We've never fully explored that cave. There's this cave, which I don't know of where it... I mean, we've lit up a really good portion of that cave. Before we go, let's grab another set of torches. And maybe my bow, so that way we can get some ranged combat going. Where is my bow? All right, so let's see if we can't go a little deeper into this cave. I know I kind of tried once before and gave up. Oh, I need more torches. Well, let's just see. Lapis doesn't usually spawn that deep, so hopefully if we just push a little bit deeper into this. The one problem with this cave is it's so janky, you know? And then it just drops. Ooh, bunch of iron. Oh God, a child. Are you the adult that was supposed to be supervising that child? Because they just came running at me. And I don't appreciate that. Ooh, a mine shaft. Oh, God. I am definitely going to pick up as much string as I possibly can. Because I have trouble finding string because... Oh, I think I see some lapis. Yes. But I have trouble finding string because I obviously don't fight too many mobs, so getting spiders to drop string is hard for me. It's one of the reasons why I'm kind of gung-ho about getting a mob farm set up, because I'd love to have like an infinite source of string. And for scaffolding, that's going to make a huge difference. What do you got? Ooh, a name tag. Some more iron. Honestly, all this is good. I'm just going to take this all. Just going to block this off because I just saw a spider over there and I don't want to mess with that right now. It could be a cave spider and I don't want to break into like a cave spider spawner. A little bit more lapis. Finding so much iron. More name tags. Pumpkin seeds I'm gonna skip, and the melon seeds. I'll grab the detector rails though, activator rails. That's all good stuff. So much iron. And just because I really am, my faith has been shaken in that iron farm, I'm just never gonna pass up iron when I see it. I mean, we have 2+ stacks of the stuff right now, which is pretty awesome. Way more around too. Oh man, I thought that was diamonds. I got so excited. This is crazy though. I'm definitely gonna go get my silk touch pickaxe for that. Save at least like one of them just for like a museum, you know? Well, I do have to say that was quite the productive mining trip. I mean, we got a ton of iron, a bunch of lapis. We got an emerald. I don't even remember grabbing that. And, you know, name tags and a whole bunch of goodies from the mine shaft. It's good to know that's down there. I don't even think I mean, I definitely hit up a lot of it, but there's way more in there to be had. So I can check that out again. I really should have gone down there when I was first searching for iron episodes and episodes ago when I was struggling to find it, because there was way more than enough down there. So All right, let's I might not have enough room in here. Yeah, I don't have enough room for all this iron. We might want to here. Let's ooh, let me figure this out. Give me a second to do some inventory management. Okay, everything's neat and tidy. I cleared out my inventory. The one thing that I'm worrying about now is red dye. I don't think we have enough red dye, because I just remembered too that in addition to having to use it to make purple, we're also going to need it to make orange. So we got to find a little bit more red dye. And I'm sort of racking my brain. I mean, there is like some meadow over here. There might be some rose bushes around there. That might be worth running over there and checking that out. I'm just wondering if I've, in my journeys, ever come across like another flower forest type thing. I mean, there's some cherry. I don't see anything that would look like a flower forest. There's another, that's the sunflower plain. So if we ever need more sunflowers, lots of meadows. Yeah, I think it would be worth running over to that meadow right here by the house and seeing if maybe there's some rose bushes hanging out there. Because all we need is one, and then we'll be able to pretty efficiently just produce red dye as we need. I can't think. I'm trying to think of. Oh, wait, don't beets make red dye? Yeah, I think beets make red dye. Do I have any beets hanging out? Not a lot, but let me just double check. Yeah, beets do make red dye. Okay, so that's good to know. I'm down for another quick adventure, though. I'm down to go check out that meadow and see what's up. It's not too far, too. It's just over this rise. So why don't we check that out really quick, and we'll see what we've got, what we're working with. Also, don't know if anybody noticed, I didn't mention this, but I dyed my bed red because I felt nostalgic for a moment. I felt like I needed to do a little homage to classic Minecraft. I remember when all the beds were red. It didn't matter what you did. You just had a red bed, and that was just always a good time. And so anytime I can, I'm down for a red bed. It's kind of fun to say too. A red bed. All right, what's going on over here? I also forgot that cornflowers also break down into blue dye, and there's a lot of cornflowers around here, so maybe I should pick up some of these while I'm here. Looks like we don't have any, we're not getting any luck with finding a rose bush, which is fine. Now that I remembered that beets make red dye, I think we'll be fine. I'll be able to collect enough via beets to give us the red dye that we need. So let me check on my beet situation. I know I just harvested a bunch to trade with the farmer villager, but worth checking just to see. It's not fully grown yet. It's mostly there though. I mean, I guess I could just harvest what's here and then worry about the rest of it. I'm also curious, do pumpkins make orange dye? I feel like that's a stupid question, but I'm gonna ask myself it anyways. I put a pumpkin in here. Nope, I just get seeds. Okay. Is it something where you have to like smelt it down? Like if I smelt a pumpkin, do I get orange dye? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that's not a thing. But I can dream, right? I can hope. But I think I am just gonna harvest this and take what I can get from it. And whatever I've, you know, plant or harvest before it is mature, I'll just replant. It's not a big deal. Oh yeah, we'll have plenty of red dye now. That is more than enough beets. I think we're good. And then I think I really should, maybe I should start saving the beetroot seeds so that way I can expand the beets somewhere. That might be like a worthwhile crop to do in like one of these open spots between builds. Just so that way I can really ramp up the production of beets to do trading. Okay. And now yellow dye. Okay, so we have a bunch of blue. We have a ton of red. We have a whole bunch of red. Actually, let's do that last little bit of beets. Here we go. I don't think I'm going to need as much as I'm preparing for, but it's just good to have. Yellow is pretty easy because I have sunflowers, which break down to yellow dye. And then I can just bone meal one of these guys and get like a stack of sunflowers and be good to go on that. I think I have a whole bunch of bone meal too. What happened to all my bone meal? I could have sworn I had way more than this. What was I using bone meal for last? Got a bone meal thief on my hands. All right, let's see. Don't we mob drop stuff, plant stuff? A little more bone meal in here. Yeah, a little bit more. Hopefully that's enough. I think we'll be good. Do I have any more dandelions kicking around? I don't appear to. It's fine. Oh, that gave me plenty. Let's take this and let's split that and throw that together and then drop the other two there. That's plenty of yellow dye. Gonna get a whole bunch of orange dye, probably way more than enough. Convert these to red dye as well. And let's convert this to blue dye. I can probably put this away. That to blue dye. Let's make as much purple dye as we can. I don't even think I'm just gonna do a stack. I don't think I need that much. And then throw down the purple dye. Throw down the blue dye and the red dye. And then we smelted a bunch of cactuses. Yep. And I think we have some white dye in here. We do. And I can make a whole bunch of lime dye. The magenta is the only one that we're like sort of lacking on. I'm just gonna store one of these so that way I can grow more, but let's just make, that's definitely more than enough. All right, so red, lots of orange, lots of yellow, lots of green, lots of blue, lots of magenta. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got all our colors. The only other thing that I'm gonna need a bunch of is glass, which I have some glass, but sand. I might end up needing more than this, but we'll see. I'm gonna smelt this up just so that way I know I have enough sand. Or glass, sorry, not sand. I definitely need to get sand. If that's all the sand I have, then we might be, or we definitely need to do a little trip to get some more sand. Perfectly 3 buckets worth. That down. And then did I? Yeah, I smelted up a little bit more copper. Let's throw down these copper blocks. And then I think we might be in a somewhat decent place to get going on this build. Just stuck some of these a little too close together right here. We have so much copper here. I just want to free cam this. Oh my god. Not a lot of it has started to turn though, you know. There's a few here and there's a few there, but it's really taken its sweet time, which, you know, whatever. We'll get there eventually. But all right, now we need to scope out a spot. And I kind of have my heart set on going up there. I feel like I've avoided going up there for the last 2 builds and ended up regretting it. I'm actually quite pleased with where the Hermit Tower is, but definitely the mushroom I feel like could have been really successful up there too. So I'm going to throw down some stuff here. We're gonna toss in the glass. Oh wait, no, I don't. Well, yes, I do want that in there. We're going to put down our bow in the right spot this time. And then let's do a little bit of scoping out here. So it is getting late, but we can still kind of hustle up here. All right, so this is where the nether portal is. I'm quite pleased with where the nether portal is. I don't really want to move it. I especially don't want to mess up our nether spawn because I really like where we spawned in the nether. It's a nice kind of tucked away spot. I never feel like I'm going to get like hit with a ghast first thing when I get in, you know, so I feel like we're in a good spot for that. So nether portal here is totally fine with me. It could go like right here. I could be into that. That might be a good spot. I don't think it's the top of my list, but I'm gonna keep it in mind. Is that a goat? That is a goat. Cool. The other part of me wants to do it like over here, kind of. Well, I'm actually like not as enthused about like maybe right here. This could be a good spot for it. We'd have to definitely do a bunch of tree cutting and clearing out. Here is definitely a little bit less work in terms of like tree cutting and everything. It does make a little bit more sense right here too, and it'll be much more visible. Like if it's right here, say we're down here, we'll be able to see it from right here. You know, it'll kind of pop. And I kind of like that like idea, or that part of it, being able to see it from sort of the main streets. So I think right here is a good spot to get started. So let's head over there. Yeah, this is a nice spot. Just a little bit of terraforming and clearing out some trees and whatnot. We could tuck it a little higher up, or a little further in, although I don't want it like directly behind the enchanting tower. I like this spot because it's kind of open. You kind of get like a good view out. So I think I'm gonna just cut down some trees and clear like a pretty decent sized area around here, and we'll get a better sense of the topography so we know what we're working with. Okay, so I cleared out a bunch of trees, not too many. I didn't want to go too crazy and like completely deforest this hill. I think we're working with a good amount of space. I'm tempted to pull this layer that I'm standing on right here out a little bit and kind of connect it a little bit more there, and then pull the next layer out a little bit. And then I think somewhere around here, we'll have like a good spot to work with. So let me grab some dirt. I should probably start transferring some stuff up here for like a little workstation, and we can kind of get started on that. All right, what are we looking at here? How's this look? That looks good. I think I can shave these layers back a little bit too, and kind of open up just a little bit more. What I have in mind is probably going to be like about that size. So if we can push these back by like 3 or 4 blocks, I think that'll get us right where we want to be. We're probably starting on this layer. Just like that, we have a perfect little spot. Yeah, I think that's plenty of room. I don't want to go much bigger than that, I think. And we've got good sight lines from the roads from down here. It's gonna look really good, kind of rising above the trees there. I think that's perfect. I'm super into this spot. This was a good choice. I'm happy with it. So let me throw down everything that I just like randomly gathered, all the extra dirt. And I should put down the crafting table. Oh, I need a stone cutter, don't I? Yeah. I guess I have to steal it from the Hermit's Tower. I'll just make another. I should have a whole supply of those. Yoink. There we go. We got our stone cutter. Okay, so now I believe, if I'm not wrong, we can get started on the build. So we're gonna grab out a bunch of quartz, and let's kind of map out what we want to do here. So I probably want like the farthest edge of this like here. And then this is always hard to do when you're starting out at the corner. Maybe one there and there. Get rid of that. And then if we go back now, This is already too big. Let's redo this. One too far. Oh, these are wait, what? Oh, I switched to pillars partway through that. That's my bad. Here, let me clean that up. There we go. That's right. There we go. How's that look? Looks like a circle. Looks good. Yeah, I'm into that. I'm definitely into that shape. That looks really good. It's a great start. So let's get a little bit of spruce out now. And I'm thinking this is going to be kind of a raised platform. So maybe we'll go like 1, 2, 3 up. And then build the rest from there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the base is all done. That actually didn't take that long. I threw on the replay mod just so that way I could speed through it for you guys. But that's basically what I had. Basically, it's the base, and it's basically what I had in mind. So that's sort of the rough outline of it. I do want it to be grass on the inside. I completely filled it in with dirt because it was going to really irk me if there was like a bottom level that was just empty and hollow. And then I think a staircase right here up into the structure is going to work well. And then, I mean, there's honestly actually not a ton like left in terms of what to do, because a lot of this structure is going to be kind of like open air. That's kind of the way I had it in my head, was just sort of this. Basically, I don't know. I think the term for it is a basilica, where it's like this domed structure, and that's kind of what I have in mind, is like a domed structure, and the dome's gonna be made out of rainbow glass, basically. So that's kind of what I have in mind, and we'll obviously do a lot of decorating and make things look nice and everything. I might even expand a little bit of like terraforming around here and make some kind of like really pretty gardens coming up into it. But for the time being, let's just finish up on what we're doing here. Let me throw down the dirt because I'm not going to need it anymore. And grab out my scaffolding. Okay, let's get a look at this from far away. Yeah, I think that's a good height. We are going to have to do something like I might need to throw in some more pillars just to kind of round it out a little bit. Because it feels a little bit square with just those 4 pillars. I think it needs like another, like maybe right here. And right here. There needs to be another pillar. Or maybe just in the middle, actually. All right, how are we looking now? How are we looking? Oops, I forgot to strip those underneath, but that's fine. Yeah, that looks a lot better than just the 4 corners. It is a little awkward on this side because the pillar is going to come down right in the middle of the staircase. So I might have to do some creative sort of experimenting to see if maybe there's another way to do the staircase coming up. I think I do want to put the pillar in. Otherwise, it's just going to feel really weird without it. Here, let me go and strip these guys. Beautiful. Okay, so we got all our pillars in place. Just want to free cam it one more time. Yeah, this looks great. I love quartz and spruce. Stripped spruce and quartz, just beautiful. It always looks so good. I wonder if... I don't think there is, but I figure I'll check. Not quartz pillar. Quartz block. All right, yeah. There's no... I was hoping there'd be a quartz wall piece because I kind of had an idea for how to carry up the quartz going up. But we can kind of cheese it a little bit. There's a part of me that almost wants to do something kind of like... And obviously, if we add like stairs and slabs to that, yeah, that's gonna look really good. God, I wish there was quartz walls. That would totally send this. But we could just bring a column of quartz up in each corner, you know, and that'll help carry over the quartz theme. Otherwise, it just kind of goes from like quartz to spruce, and then there's gonna be quartz on top, but it's not gonna feel connected in any way. And I think adding some quartz going up is going to look good. And you know what we can do? Ooh, let's make these ones quartz pillars. Let's do that. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, I mean, it's hard to see from a distance, but just like up close, that little bit of texture really sends it. I like that. I like that a lot. Cool stuff. Now I'm curious. I work with it a lot in my my creative world, but I don't know actually how to make it. Let me just make sure I can get back up there. If I put quartz in here, quartz pillar, quartz brick, chiseled brick, quartz slab, quartz stair. How do you make smooth quartz? Do you have to smelt it? Is that what you have to do? We had to grab the glass anyways, so let's check on that and see if we need to smelt the quartz, because what I'd love to do, just looking at it, kind of feeling like it needs some texture, I would love to get some smooth quartz in, like played in there. And if that's the case, then we're definitely going to have to go get more quartz. As much as I don't want to have to go back to the nether, we are going to run through our quartz real fast. Glass. Okay. And then ooh, okay. I think I do have to smelt it. Interesting. Okay, so because that's the way that works, I'm gonna smelt up that stack of smooth quartz, or the quartz blocks. I think that'll give us enough quartz, smooth quartz to work with in terms of texturing, so we don't have to go too crazy with that. But I do think we're gonna need more quartz. I don't think we have enough quartz. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say the word quartz, but it feels like I'm saying it a lot. Oh, this is looking so good. This is gonna be such a cool addition. I love it so much. So let's get back up there and drop everything down. And then let's make another quick trip to the nether. Although, oh, I need to grab some gold so that way I don't get totally taken out by the piglins. But we'll make a quick trip back to the nether and we'll get a bunch of more quartz and then we should be good. It's funny because I've been so over prepared for some builds lately, mostly in my commentary long plays. I just ludicrously over prepare, and I feel like I almost prefer to not over prepare. I kind of like these little impromptu breaks in the middle of the build to work on or to go get some more supplies, because it kind of shakes things up and like gives you a break from the actual build. Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. I love that. There was a lot in that area over there that I kind of ended up finding, so I'm gonna head over in that direction. Ooh, goodness. I do not like this. Here I was saying how much I liked my nether spawn, but I always remember when I'm running through this area that it's like a ton of, oh my god! Oh, I'm stuck. Yeah. Ow! Alright. Let's not die. Preferably. All right, another impromptu successful trip to the nether. Please don't be night. Please don't be night. Please don't be night. Please don't be night. Okay, whew. We're good. We're good. Cool. Oh, this looks so good. I'm so into this. All right, block of quartz. Now let's not make a bunch of quartz pillars. We can do that on the table or the saw thing after. Okay, so we have our quartz pillars. This is what we've got for blocks of quartz. And then I'm just gonna run and put everything down and go pick up that smooth quartz that I just smelted up. All right, so all the smooth quartz wasn't done cooking up, but I think we've got a decent bit. I'm not going to worry too much about the texturing right now too. I think I'll do that. It's all going to be on this base area too, so it's not going to be hard to plug that in afterward. So where did we put our pillars? There we are. And let's get some pillar action going on all these corners. Ooh. Here, wait, let's free cam this. Ooh, yes, this looks awesome. And what I might do is I might do this convention on the top too, kind of round it out. So that way these all kind of have this like rounded thing going on with them. And then we can start thinking about what's going on up top. So let me grab a little bit more quartz. I think we're good on the pillars. I think that's all we're going to use for the pillars. And then let's get up there. Probably just way overdid it there, but whatever. I like it. I like this. I think I can just make this one block though. I don't think it needs to be 2 blocks. Like I think that's a little thick, you know? I think if I just basically just popped 1 block in each the corners, that would make the shape that I'm going for. Yeah, that's good. It doesn't need to be too wide. It can just be 1. That's fine. So, and I think the way I did this, I should be able to maybe place that block there. Bam. There we go. Oh, this is gonna look so good. And we're definitely gonna have to give it a little bit more width at its base. Like I think going out 1 more layer with like a line of quartz around it and doing some kind of fancy stair stuff is gonna kind of balance it out a little bit, because right now it just seems to kind of be rising a little bit too abruptly. And then yeah, I mean, I think maybe 1 more layer of just quartz along the top, no spruce supports, and then we can start our roof structure. Actually, I take that back. I don't like that. That's okay though. You know, you're allowed to edit decisions that you make. You know, you're never married to something in Minecraft. You know, you can always change things up a little bit. I think there's a way in which we can kind of expand a little bit. Like I think what I might do is I might start building the dome on top, and then there's gonna be some sort of trim around it made out of quartz stairs, I think, that kind of pop out a little bit, and I think that will start on the block above this one. So there'll be like some glass that's almost sort of encased in quartz stairs. So this is, I am kind of figuring this out as I go. I haven't built a basilica thing like this in a while, and so I'm just sort of sussing this out. I think we're off to a really great start, and I'm super excited to see where it goes, but we're definitely needing to sort of sort it out as we're going. It's not like a fully realized vision in my head yet, so let's just pick up all this quartz that we dropped. This stuff is precious. Throw this down. And then I guess, yeah, we can start getting to some glass, which means we're going to have to start staining some glass. All right, so let's start staining some glass. So let me figure out how much we've got here. So we've got 4 stacks of glass, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors. Of course, it can't be. I mean, if we just split each stack, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that would give us 32 left over. So I think that's probably the way to do it. I'm gonna hope that that's enough. Otherwise, we're gonna have to go on a little adventure to get some sand. So that's fun. Yeah, I way over prepared with the dyes. I grossly overestimated how much I was gonna need. It's all good. It's all good. We'll definitely use dyes in the future. I do want to maybe do like some banners and stuff to kind of make it all look really, really pretty and colorful. So I think I will definitely use it. I'm gonna grab like a stack of dirt so that way we have like a placeholder block for when we're kind of placing this around. And so we can kind of map out the shape of the dome. So let's get back up here. And let's start from over here. And let's get our dirt out. Let's, the only tool I want out is my shovel because that's got silk touch on it. And I've used it before to break glass without losing the glass. Oh, the other way. Look at that. Look at that rainbow. Beautiful. Okay, and then so dome shape. Dome shape, dome shape, dome shape. I think it's gotta be 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and 1, and then 1 more up and 2 out, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How does that look for like roundness? That's good. It feels a little squat though. I'm kind of tempted. I mean, I'm always confused with this portion of it. If I need to bring it up by 3 as opposed to 2. I think it would look better if I brought it up by 3. It doesn't look like it has. I mean, it actually, it might be good, but I think it will look better if I bring it up by 1 more. So let me just pop that there, this here, these here, and then this there. I mean, it's hard to tell because it's this wonky piece of dirt, whatever, but I think that is a better height, so I'm okay with that. So let's get back down, let's sleep, and then we can get cracking away at this. Okay, so we've got this in place. Again, looks super wonky because it doesn't, it's just this odd kind of dirt structure on top of this very ornate thing. But I think that's a good shape. That's a good height. It's definitely going to have, once that's all filled in, it's going to look really good. There's going to be a little bit more like shape to the edges and everything. So I think we're looking really good. So I guess we can just get started now, which is kind of intimidating because I'm not exactly sure how to approach this, but I mean, I might as well just fire away and see where it lands me. Okay. So we've hit our first roadblock. The colors don't exactly line up. If I do red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple magenta and do that around the whole thing, I end up with red and blue next to each other at the end, which I could just live with it. That might be where that's kind of where I'm at too, where it's like I could get really caught up on this. I kind of wanted it to be this like spiraling thing going up, and you know, that is possible. I guess what I could do is I could just keep it going by going like purple here, like this line now goes up, and then magenta, red. How does that look? Does that look like egregious? No. It's not exactly how I wanted it though. Like, if I cut out, say I cut out magenta, or say I cut out purple. I know that's gonna require redoing this stuff, but so let's do some math here really quick. If it's, let's see, the circle is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Wait, what? Wait, did I just count that wrong? Where did I start from? Okay, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So it's 40. It's 40 wide. I'm trying to think of how that helps me. I don't know why I just bothered to count that. I was like hoping it would be like an even number, like divisible by 6, in which case we could go with that, but it might be, oh gosh. Here, wait, I think I lost a bunch of glass too. I don't want to lose any glass. No, I guess I didn't. Okay, so if I have 6 different colors, 40 does not divide by 6. I'd need 5 colors, which would be like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, which isn't a rainbow. I'm sorry. That's just not enough to be a rainbow. I think the original solution is the most elegant. Let's just keep going. Like, why stop here, you know? And then we'll do magenta here. Okay, so I just got a good chunk of it done. It looks really funky again because it's just this weird shape. It's going to come together, guys. I promise. I feel like I'm reassuring myself more than I am you guys. But one thing that's really irking me right now is that I just did this second smaller layer, and the way it worked out, it ended on orange just like it began on orange. And I'm sort of racking my brain with how to resolve that. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't really want any two colors like right next to each other like that. But if I don't put orange there, then it kind of messes up the flow of the like colors going up. Oh, it looks good. It's kind of doing what I want it to do. You can kind of tell with the yellow or the green, the way it's sort of like wrapping up. Yellow. Yeah, the yellow. Yeah. Like it's kind of swirling up. Yeah, that looks great. I don't know. I might have to live with it. One thing for sure, we are definitely going to need a lot, not a lot, but some more glass. We don't have enough for sure. So why don't I think about what to do with that and go grab some more glass, which I'm trying to think of where the closest area I have that has a lot of sand is. I don't know if we have a desert nearby. I can't remember. I know we do have a desert, but it's pretty far ways off. Yeah, I mean there's that beach over here that I think I usually go to when I go to the taiga biome. Or is it like, yeah, it's this beach right here. That's probably, I mean, we really don't have like a lot of sand nearby. That is one resource we're kind of short on. It's either or this one. I can't really tell which one's farther. I say let's go to this one. And that's a trip we've done many times before. We know where we're going. We know what we're doing. We've got food and stuff. We're a little low on food, but I think it'll get us there. And yeah, let's just go pick up a little bit more glass or a little bit more sand for glass. All right, so I picked up a whole ton of sand. I figured while I was there, I might as well pick it up. I ended up actually finding a beach. Where was it? I went out. I went this way, and then I went through here. Right here, this beach. That was a good beach for sand. So good to know there's one that's closer. I wanted to just grab as much as I could, so that way I don't have to worry about that again. One day. Another project that definitely should be on my horizon is cleaning up this entrance, because we go in and out of the valley this way a lot, and it is always such a bear getting in and out this way. There's no good way up. There's no good way down. There's like this weird like hole in the ground before the water. There's a whole bunch of things going on down here that really could do for some just cleaning up and kind of stylizing a little bit and making look good. So something to think about. Definitely getting something like that in the works. But oh, I almost fell in our hole. Gotta fill that in too. Number of times I've almost fallen in that hole, especially coming back from like a supply run. Maybe clear out some of these trees. Because I love that this is wooded, but it's a bit much. All right, so let's see if all 7 of our lava buckets. Oh no, we only have 5, right? We might need to go grab some. Oh, they're all good. We might need to go grab some coal though, just to smelt up the last 2. Whoa, oops. Oh, right. There we go. Get these guys smelting up. Oh, a little bit of copper in there. Any copper in there? No. Where was I putting copper? Let's take that out. Let's take that out. Let's put these guys in here. Let's throw down our buckets. I am missing some buckets. Where I had 7. Where did the other 2 go? Oh, okay. There's the smooth quartz. Yep. And we can fire up another stack of sands. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We just need 1 more, which I may just go smelt in the storage room with some coal. I think that's probably gonna be worth it. But now we have, oh, you know what? Let me grab the rest of that sand too. Now we have a ton of sand just in case we ever need to use sand for anything. And we can just, we don't have to worry about going, because that is just one resource we are really lacking in this valley is sand. We don't have a good supply of sand anywhere nearby. I mean, there's little patches here and there in like the pond over by the village and, you know, all around, but there's no solid supply of sand. And there we go. I can just put down this cherry wood. Ooh. Again, still looking really funky, but coming along, it's looking good. Yeah, that's such a good spot for it too. If it's supposed to be kind of like a spiritual, like safe place, then right up there kind of overlooks the valley. You get these beautiful views. And again, it almost kind of cements that these things that are not really as utilitarian and almost sort of magically based are all like a little outside the valley, which is cool. I'm definitely into it. So awesome. Let me put down this smooth quartz. We have a nice little bit of that. And actually, why don't we, while we're waiting, just do a little bit of texturing with this. It's very subtle. It's a very subtle difference, but I think it's worth it. Yeah, I mean, it's super subtle, but you can like almost not even tell where it's like checkered, you know, but I think, I don't know, maybe it wasn't worth all that effort. Like, it looks good here, although I did kind of do that exactly the same here. Wait. There we go. Oh, but now this is, oh God. All right, I'm not gonna get too hung up on this. There we go. Okay. Cool. And throw down the quartz and the smooth quartz. And I'm guessing it hasn't fully smelted yet. It's probably going to take a little bit longer. I mean, maybe by the time we run down there. But the other thing I was thinking about, like, might be worth kind of starting to do is clearing out some of this space, because I would love to have kind of like a botanical kind of garden area around it, or like in front of it. So you like walk through this beautiful sort of lush garden with like maybe some fountains or like a statue. That's where the nether portal is. So we got to be careful about getting too close to that. Oh, we've got like one of these big knotted trees. All right, so I cleared some space out. I'm definitely going to try to give the nether portal a little bit of a wider berth. I mean, it is closer to this than I thought it was originally. Probably because there were a bunch of trees between the two of them, so I didn't realize how close they are together. That's not the end of the world, though. I mean, I'm definitely not keen on moving the nether portal, but it'll be fine for now. So let me check on our glass and see where we're at with that. All right, so we got all our glass stained up. We got a stack of each. That should be plenty because we're already maybe a half of the way there, so there should be plenty left over. So let's get back up there. I did not think at all on what I wanted to do about our little, about our little dilemma with the orange on orange situation. I mean, we could make this like yellow instead, like skip orange. I don't know if that's gonna really upset the flow of like the swirl. We could just leave it. I mean, how egregious is it? It really isn't that bad. Let's just leave it, and if it really like causes issues with the way it looks down the road, we can change it. All right. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum. Hey, that actually looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm into that. Yeah. The colors came out pretty good. I like the motion, like the movement to them. I think they I think it does it just right. I think it looks good. So a couple of things that I definitely want to add and edit. I think it needs, like I said before, it needs some sort of band around this layer that kind of connects it to the structure, because otherwise it just sort of feels like it's floating. I also wonder if it would be worth kind of running a band of quartz around like the top of it. So like, how do I explain this? So like from here going up and then connecting at the top and doing that on all the sides. Kind of like what we did on the mushroom over here, like something where it goes like on all four sides. There's like a connection, you know? Ooh, that looks so good. I'm so into it. And just like with a little bit more detailing and kind of sprucing up, I think it's going to look really good. So, okay. So we need to put our band around it. And we need to probably put the supports around it, and then probably something around the base too. So we're getting there. We're getting there. This is coming along very nicely. Oh, I don't have enough quartz blocks for this. I was thinking I could put like a little spire on this. I think that would look good, but oh no. Do we need to go back to the nether again? I feel like I've mined up all the quartz that's like accessible to me. I don't know that there's any more quartz anywhere. Smooth quartz pillars. Yeah, we need to go get more quartz. All right. quick trip back to the Nether. Go get a few more stacks of quartz. I think we are nearing the end of our quartz usage for this. Ooh, we'll need some for the base, just to kind of give that a little bit more like width to it. And I want to put like a little spire just to kind of give it a little point. I think that'll give it the right, like the last little bit of height it needs. Oh my God. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's really coming together. Okay, so let me get some gold boots. I'm going to grab my bow this time too, because the gas last time were a little out of control. It was a bit much. All right, we did a quick trip to the Nether and picked up a whole bunch of quartz and some more gold and some other stuff. I'm gonna throw all this stuff down and then we're gonna dive right back into the build. All right, so we got our quartz. No small feat going to the Nether so many times. Although I will say, going to the Nether as many times as I have now, I'm definitely getting more and more confidence in the Nether, which is probably a double-edged sword because I'm going to end up doing something stupid in the Nether sometime soon and die. But at least for the time being, I feel like the Nether doesn't freak me out as much as it did. All right, how does that look? Oh, perfect. That's perfect. Yep. Again, really need to add in quartz walls. That would make a huge difference. And then I did the stairs on all the sides, right? Yeah. All right. I mean, I think we might be done with the top. I'm not sure. I don't want to go too crazy with the details on the top. I think it's looking rather ornate and rather fancy. And yeah, I think what's missing now are some details kind of scattered throughout on the rest of the build. So let's get back down. I do think I'm gonna leave this scaffolding here just for a little bit until I know that like we're good with it. So for the base, I was kind of thinking of putting a sort of a second layer or another layer of quartz here all around it like this. Like that. And then popping out some stairs. I don't think we have enough, but it's fine. We've got plenty of quartz. I'm just going to convert this all to stairs because I think it's going to be worth having that many. No. Gosh darn it. This is the problem with working with quartz and having a super strong pickaxe, is it just blows right through the stuff. How does that look? That might be a little too much, actually. Yeah, I'm not as much of a fan of that as I am of this. I don't know, actually. I'm kind of on the fence. I do like it. We are going to need a few more quartz stairs. already burning through this quartz. That will hopefully be enough. Yeah, actually, I think I like that a little bit more. And I'm really trying to get a handle on it from this vantage, because I mean, this is where we're going to be seeing it the most from. Not that it shouldn't look good up front and like up close, but, and I think it does. We're definitely going to have to do something here where we kind of play with maybe some kind of entryway, some way into the build. And we've got to get back in there, actually. Because I was kind of thinking, what if I did something like that? Trying to decide if that's like too much stair action or not enough. I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. And I definitely want to do that up top too. We are going to have to make some more stairs though. Okay, how are we looking? Ooh, fresh. We're looking really good. Yes. Yep. This looks great. I don't know. I'm just super happy with how this is coming out. And it feels exactly like how I wanted it to, which is like kind of, I don't know, like ornate and fancy, but also like kind of whimsical and playful because it's got all the color going on. I think it's great. I am quite pleased with it. So now I think we're done with the roof. We're kind of done with the structure overall. I'm going to break this down. Put that stair where it's supposed to go. And then, of course, I set up my workstation exactly where I'm going to end up having to build. I've realized I don't do that very often, but of course I did it this time. So let's move everything like up here. Got the workstation all moved. Now we need to, so there's a couple things that need to be sort of like ironed out. First off, there's some spots over here that I kind of want to just push the terraforming out just a little bit. I think that was it, actually. I think that was sort of the main offender right there. And I'm okay with there being kind of a sheer edge there. I don't think that's going to cause, like, that doesn't upset me really too much. And then over here, we really got to work this out because this is a little funky. And there's a part of me that wants to terraform this kind of significantly. I kind of want to pull everything out to this layer here. I want this whole area to be like on that layer, which means we're going to have to do a pretty decent amount of terraforming. So I'm going to just plug away at that for a little bit and we can kind of even this out a little bit. All right, that was a bit of a struggle, honestly. That took a little bit, just because I kept on underestimating how much dirt I was gonna need, and then running back and forth to grab more dirt. That was a little bit much. Why is this not despawning? What do we got going on here? I want to know. Oh, there's another tree right here. That's why. But yeah, so we've got this whole area all flattened out, which is really nice. Hopefully that will start to despawn now. This like random bush here. Okay, there's another tree right here. That's all the trees that are in that connected bit, right? Oh wait, there's a birch tree hidden inside. Okay. Now that should start despawning. Yeah, there we go. All right, so yeah, we've got this whole big flat area. Again, we are really close to the nether portal. I may end up having to move that. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that, honestly. We're gonna kind of just judge it as needed. But I want to get a handle on where the path is gonna come up, because that's gonna kind of determine where the rest of like this garden area is gonna get laid out. This, oh my gosh, these trees are gonna be the absolute death of me. Okay, that's all the trees, right? Yeah. Man, I'm having to take that one out too. But let's get a sense. So let's free cam this. So what we can do, what my plan is to do, is to build like some kind of retaining wall walkway along the edge of the enchanting house, and then go up here somewhere, like maybe behind the enchanting house we put like a staircase up here, and then we kind of turn it and go this way, and then so really it's just about like where I'm gonna be where I'm standing right here is probably where the path is gonna come up. I'm just gonna mark that so that way we have like a good understanding of where this is gonna go. So from there, I mean, we've got all this room here to do, excuse me, to do like a really cool garden. So probably the best thing to do would be to dig out some of this. So that's kind of our path from the staircase to the basilica. And that does remind me that I have to figure something out for how to get into this thing. Let's see. Well, let's just say we knock out these 2 blocks on both sides. Let's just fill that in. I mean, what we could do to make it really simple is just knock these out and then convert some of this quartz blocks into stairs. Got a little bit of stairs left over, but Yeah. Yeah, I'm into that. It's simple. It's kind of elegant. It gets the job done. I like that. I think that's a good way to do that. I could do something like more ornate or fancy, but I don't think like that kind of stays true to the shape of the build already with using this kind of foundation that we built as part of the staircase. I think that's good. I like that. So cool stuff. We're good with that. I say, I mean, it's probably going to be a little bit of a task, but I almost feel like the only way to like fully realize this build is to just do the whole pathing situation to it. Oh, that's so cool. Look at the shadow of it over there. That's so cool. This thing is awesome. I love it. But okay, back to my point. I feel like the best way to fully realize this is just to create the whole pathing system from the enchanting house up to here and to this, and then that will sort of give us a really good idea of like what it'll look like to come up here, and then we can kind of, the nether portal is going to be a whole nother thing. I mean, I know I can break that and move it like a little bit and it'll still link up to the portal that was there, but I don't want to move it severely because I don't want to lose our nether portal spawn. Not that we'll be much farther off, but anyways, I think the next project to focus on is the pathing part. I think the build is pretty much done. The only other thing that I can imagine going in here that would sort of finish it off is I think some sort of statue would look good. I'm not quite sure how to do that though. Like if I do that, and then because like the statue I'm thinking of is like 2 blocks wide, so it's not really gonna fit in here anywhere really nicely. Maybe that's like a build for another day, trying to figure out like the statue section of this, because I never really furnish the insides of my builds very much when I do them. So that might be like another, like a detailing day type thing, is like putting a statue in here. I think I think the plan to just go ahead with the path and get that all sorted is sort of the best way to move forward right now. So let me put down my stuff. God, I'm just gonna throw all this down. I can't deal with any of it. And then yeah, we can fire away on the path. Okay. Sorry for the false start there. So we've got the path in place. We've got our like retaining wall around the enchanting tower, which is going to look a lot better once I get some fencing in place on there. It's not perfect. The one spot that kind of irks me is right here. I couldn't figure out, I guess I could put a stair there instead. How about a cobblestone stair? I guess I could just make all these stairs actually. That does feel a little better. There is this awkward little gap right here. I could make a slab. Okay. At least you can like run all the way up it, you know, without having to stop. There was just like a little awkward bit there. The way these lined up, it just kind of went that way. And I don't know, maybe there's some refining to do down the road, but feeling good about having that all linked up. I mean, it definitely looks good, especially from afar. It's nice to kind of see a path finally up here to this area. I don't have to run up this weird hill to get to my nether portal anymore, and we can have this path, like, or this you know, hall thing all set up. So awesome. All right, so we've got the path in place. I do want to just like finish up it right here on the retaining wall, because it's gonna irk me if it's not like fully completed. And I think we're gonna need some crimson wood, crimson stem fences for that, and I don't know how many of those. I know I took some off of that thing in order to expand out that area, but acacia, sugarcane, birch, crimson stem stuff. All right, we've got 5. Maybe we can make a few more. That should be plenty. We're gonna have to go get some more crimson stem eventually. I just wanted to, like, I know I do spruce fencing around most of my pathing, and I will put that in around the rest of the path, but right here, where it's sort of connected to the enchanting tower, I kind of want it to be crimson stem. My question is, can I go in one? Is that going to make this too narrow? No, I think that's good. It is a lot of crimson stem color, though. That is a bit much, honestly. So as much as I want to leave it that, I actually think we're going to swap this out for some spruce. And then something's got to happen over here too. I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't know. This is like a rough shape of the path too. I'm happy with it as it is. That definitely does the trick. Maybe nothing happens there. I'm not sure. I mean, it would be nice to leave that open, but just so that way we don't have to block up the back of the enchanting tower. Because now it's like in this awkward spot where it's kind of in the middle of the path, which I both like and don't like at the same time. But all right, anyways, we've got our path in place. We know where everything's gonna line up to here with this area. So now we can kind of start thinking about what's going on here. And let me just, one last little detail is get some stairs in here. There we go. And there's a part of me that almost wants to put like a grass path, like nothing huge, just like a 2 wide. Something like that. Just to kind of, I don't know why, but that sort of like fills it out a little bit more. And then we can do some stuff in the middle here and around the edges. And then in this center area, I almost feel like a little pond would be nice. Okay, I mean, it's cute and it does the job, and all the trees are grown in. Let me kind of float away from it for a second here. Yeah, I mean, this is more or less what I had in mind. You know, we had a lot of flowers, we've got a lot of trees. I even added a little sitting nook. It's got some kind of soft glowing light. It feels really good. This feels like a cute little aesthetic spot where you could come, you could sit, you could ponder, you could kind of think, and then you could go in here and you could kind of, you know, have your spirit. I keep wanting to say religious, but that has really bad undertones for pride, so I'm not going to say religious. I'm going to say spiritual moment where, you know, you connect with, you know, the spirits and the powers that be, whatever that may be for you. You can kind of sit here and connect with that. I think, honestly, I think we might be done. You know, we've got some aesthetic details. I didn't really want to go very heavy in terms of like lots of extra little bits and bobs on this. And I'm not really quite sure what else I should do to, oh, look at the light in there. That's so cool. Oh my God. I'm not really sure what else to do in here besides add some kind of statue or something. You know, I think that's another build. I think a detailing day is definitely on our horizon in terms of things to do around the valley that will, you know, catch us up and get us all set for, you know, sort of feeling good. I love this little garden area. I think this is so cute, and I really couldn't be happier with the way this came out. I think growing back in some trees made a big difference. It definitely feels a little less stark. I actually think maybe a few trees on that side of it might go a long way. So let's see. I've got some saplings right here. I swear, I feel like my hunger is just depleting so much faster today than it normally does. So let's just throw a few more saplings around. Just kind of give this hill a little bit more life and verdance, you know. There we go. Once those grow in, that'll be really nice. It'll frame the area up really nicely. But yeah, I mean, we've got our dome, we've got our kind of spiritual area, and then we have our nice like pondering pond, which is so cool because when the light hits it right, it kind of shines all the different colors on the pond, which is super cool. And this is like such a nice spot to sit. I don't know. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about the progress we made today, about this getting this build done. You know, it's a huge addition to the valley because it just stands out. It's just, there's something kind of different about it when you're kind of down here on like the main drag area. It really pops. It's this super cool kind of structure off in the distance, and it's the type of thing that you would see and be like, I want to go up there. I don't know what that is, but I want to see that closer, you know? So I am so happy with that. And yeah, awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining in, for, you know, being a part of today's episode. If you watched this far, if you enjoyed the episode, definitely leave a like, leave a comment. I love hearing your guys' suggestions, and I definitely feel like this can be revisited. I mean, it will be revisited because we have to fill that area in, but I definitely feel like more can be done to this area to kind of add to the sort of like mystical magicalness of it. So definitely let me know what your suggestions are for that. And if you haven't yet, definitely consider subscribing. It really helps the channel out, shows me people that are liking the content that I'm making, and I would love to kind of have you part of this community and, you know, have you join in on all our future adventures. This has been so much fun, and I really appreciate all the support and all the love. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one.